All right. This is. Well, I think I'm currently upside down. So, what's up? My name is Christo. And I've been in the gym for about 3.5 years at this point. Maybe coming up on 4 in September-ish. Basically, I just want to share my journey from kind of this point forward. I feel like at this point, I've developed kind of a quote-unquote solid base for bodybuilding prospects and bodybuilding standards and regulations and just freaking how a bodybuilder looks, right? I've been training with these principles and kind of these ideas since I started back in my senior year of high school. The only thing is, which you will notice immediately, is I don't have legs.
I'm in danger.
I have a few knee problems. I don't want to make excuses because I've told myself repeatedly for who knows how long at this point that I will just hit legs. And so for about the past 3 months, closer to 4 months maybe at this point, I've been hitting legs and I've been pretty consistent, and I've gone from that to that in about 3.5 months. So I'm gonna take you through my very, and I mean very basic and very straightforward leg day that I've used for growth. You'll notice there's a few other body parts in that picture, or those pictures, which look very different. If you look at my left shoulder, as I'm posing in the picture, it might be on my right. I'll have to double check when I'm looking at these pictures. It's round as fuck. My delt is stupidly round as it compared to what it was a few months ago. And I think that's because of a few reasons, right? I think the main reason is I'm leaner. It's pretty obvious in those pictures. I think I carry a little bit more muscle mass at the same weight, because I'm relatively 156 in the first picture and 150, maybe 8 in the second picture. Obviously, I'm not a genetic specimen, nor am I this genetic freak of nature. But I'm gonna try to take you guys through this leg day, which has essentially built my legs up from what you saw at the beginning to where I'm at now. The goal is to record some footage in there. The problem is I'm not too sure if I'll be able to record, because I have a feeling it's pretty packed and it's 6 a.m. This is a 24-hour gym, which is pretty good, meaning I'll probably be able to be here at other hours where there's less activity, enabling me to fully record the workout. But the workout kind of is as follows, and it's the most straightforward, simple thing. Squats, RDLs with the barbell, leg extension, leg curl, calf raises. What else do you need? And maybe you need a lot more because my legs are small, but they've been growing these past few months. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep adding weight, and the numbers are going up. So that must be a good sign. But anyways, let's kill it. Let's get in there. Let's freaking do it.
So I'm currently standing on a deadlift platform. And while that may seem a little weird for legs, let me talk about it. I'm using it as a way to really warm up and engage my hamstrings. It seems a little bit counterintuitive, and that's fair. But the reason I'm doing so is because with such heavy compound movements, it's almost difficult to isolate one body part or another. This way, I'm feeling like I'm priming my body and I'm getting it ready to do some heavy lifting. I go for 2 plates here for a little 2-setter, making sure everything's firing properly and making sure everything's all warmed up and ready to go. Now we're gonna move on to our squats, and this is my favorite part.
When's that picture from?
The reason it's my favorite part is because I love squatting and going for extremely, and I mean extremely grindy reps. These don't seem too bad, but let's just focus on the tempo. Let's focus on how quickly we're dropping, how quickly we're pushing our body back up, and how deep our squat is going. What you'll notice is when I reach the very, very bottom of my squat, I tend to almost lift the front of my feet up. Now that's something I'm trying to work on, and a workaround for this is just going slower. I mean, look at these sets right about now. You see that pause at the bottom? That pause at the bottom is not only what gives us the most growth, but that pause at the bottom is what makes the rep feel super, super, super grindy and rewarding. And although it is taxing, and a lot of people argue that maybe you shouldn't be taking so many reps so close to failure or so many sets so close to failure, I say, fuck it. My favorite part. The leg extension, which I'm accustomed to, is extremely nice. I'm talking just, you can adjust every single freaking setting. Everything and anything which you can imagine can be perfectly adjusted to fit your exact needs. You'll see me go hard as hell here, but what you're also gonna see me do is get a little bit upset. I'm gonna finagle around, try to find a way to adjust the seat, and ultimately, nothing. That's alright. I grinded out a few more sets, did a little bit more work, and it feels killer. I was kind of worried this guy might have said something about the recording.
Get that shit, get it.
I've talked with management, and all they've really told me is just make sure nobody's in the background. Sergio telling me to squeeze here.
Squeeze that shit.
I am squeezing. A little exaggeratedly, but I am nonetheless. So let me talk you through the difference between this first set and the second set. The biggest difference is using 2 blocks now instead of 1. The 1 felt okay, but if you can get that little more range of motion, go for it. The second difference is we're doing 2 plates now as opposed to 1. It's a little bit more weight, it's gonna be a little bit heavier, but we're gonna try to control it more because it's more important to control our heavy weights and to make sure we're actually focusing on the muscle we wanna be hitting. It's why I started with deadlifts, because my hamstrings are so primed and ready to go. And now it's time for everybody's favorite, the posing. I'm just now realizing I missed RDLs, but we're just gonna ignore that. So yeah, this is it. I mean, this is kind of what you guys are here for. This is what you guys really care about. And yeah, I mean, you can see a little bit more definition in my legs. So we're just talking about those obliques, me being a little bit leaner. I think you can see it in my back a little bit. And some of these poses like this one look really good. And they really just showcase the physique which I'm currently at. I am.
That one legit just always hurts.
It does. And then a few more of these, maybe more classic poses. You see Chris Bumstead hitting this one a lot. And it's because it looks good, man. But yeah, quick little legs.
You can see, I'm beat.
And I'm out.
We're done. It was about an hour. Sergio and I entered the gym about 6:20, and now it is 7:31. So we did about an hour. It was pretty good. There wasn't anything which went wrong really, other than squats feeling way heavier than they should. But I think that's mostly due to the fact that I'm trying to catch up on sleep, and I'm currently pretty fatigued. Yeah, excuses, because I love them, but they're true nonetheless. That being said, killer leg day. Super good. Probably one of my better leg days thus far, because it was just simply super energetic, super full of life, cracking it up with Sergio here and there. So it's pretty good. Obviously, as you saw through the video, I started with some deadlifts to warm up the hamstrings. Then I moved on to squats. Deadlifts might have killed me a little bit, but I didn't even go heavy. And the squats
I think it's just an off day. Leg extensions was killer. RDLs was good for the most part. I didn't do as many sets as I wanted to, but that's fine because, I don't know, recovery, whatever. But it was really good for the most part. Probably like an 8.2, 8.3 out of 10 workout. My muscles themselves are really fatigued, but I think I had a good amount of energy. Thank you, caffeine. So yeah, at this point, you've definitely seen the pump videos. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? What can I improve on? What do I need to work on? I want to compete next year in April. That's kind of the big thing. That's my goal currently, because where I'm situated, there's national qualifiers. Mass is not making it to nationals, but I think it'd be super cool to get the stage experience because I do want to compete a few years down the line, a little more seriously. The only problem is it's just difficult right now with kind of the period of life, or a period of time in life in which I'm currently situated in. But not the worst thing ever. You know, I'll keep you guys updated with that. You guys might see me compete in a handful of months, so that would be awesome. But yeah, I'm about to go do some post-workout recovery. And yeah, I'll probably pick the camera up to maybe show you guys my meals today, and if not my meals, then I'll probably be picking up the camera to just kind of walk you guys through my day-to-day. I forgot I had a tripod, although I think this makes it more shaky. I don't think it necessarily stabilizes it more, but I think it gives me a much more natural angle for like talking to you guys. That's you guys right there. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I think this is gonna be a really cool journey. Stick around. I mean, I don't know a lot and I'm always learning, but I love teaching. I have a handful of friends who are like in the gym with me, and I'm not the most knowledgeable person. I think that's pretty obvious, because there's definitely Olympians who know way more than me and coaches who know way more than me, and so many people in the industry who are just smarter than me, more educated, and literally just better, you know? Like, kind of unfortunate to admit, but there's so many people who are just better than I am in this industry, so it's important to learn. But at the same time, you know, 3.5, closing in on 4 years is a lot of time for myself to get very anecdotal evidence as to like what really works for me and what really doesn't. And yeah, I mean, go ahead and make fun of my legs. I think it's just gonna be a bigger motivator. I'm very aware that I don't hit them as hard as I should, and that they're small. And let's not say small, let's say pretty minuscule. But over the course of these past, 3.5 months, I've really been trying to make some improvements. Normally I squat a little bit heavier. Normally I'm at 2 plates, which is why today was such like a oddball. It was just like out of left field essentially. But yeah, I mean, like, stuff happens. You don't always feel as great as you want to, but that's life. So yeah, I mean, let's keep learning, let's keep growing, let's get better at what we do. And that's kind of all I can really say. We'll learn together. I'll teach what I learn, and you guys teach me what you learn. That way, we have all the knowledge in the entire freaking world. Let's get it. I'm out.